What up, what up, what up? Welcome to Boze Knows. I know all the things that you want to know, but quite can't put it together. That's why I'm here. I'm that puzzle piece that's off to the side that you can't find, and then it's been there the whole time. Anyway, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. I will have a very special guest later. First of all, a couple of things. I'm on the road. I'm grinding. Canada coming up for like 6 weeks. It's a character builder. Canada is dope for those who've never been to Canada. It's so dope. It's so dope. Um, I want to make us some money though while I'm still in Canada. But it will not be through the way of the CFL. I'll pass on their 110-yard field. I don't want any parts of that. I I do got friends though that's knee deep in hockey. I know, I know, I know. But I gave you guys the lock of the year last year. If you listen to the Ball Hog podcast, which has now been engulfed by Boze Knows, I gave you my best bet in sports for the past year was the Blackhawks under, and they sailed under. So don't act like I don't know my shit. I knows what I knows because I am the Boze. Anyway, I want to give you some college locks right away. I just want to get them out of the way. And then I want to talk about two things that I just gotta share. I just gotta break these things down. First of all, we went 1-1. Shout out to North Carolina last week. I thought that was about to cruise over, but they messed around and got 9 sacks against South Carolina. I mean, shout out. I thought that game was going over. And then I already told you that Toledo was going to give Illinois all they could handle. And don't be surprised if they upset them. And for the upset, Illinois kicked the last second field goal, but Toledo cruised under that 9.5. Now I'm back at it. I'm back at it. All right. I got a few winners. I'm getting more than two. I'm gonna go Marshall -3 over East Carolina. I mean, I get that Michigan's a championship team, but the East Carolina looked dormant, and Marshall just sneaky competitive. Last year they went in and got Notre Dame. They always 7, 8, 9 win team. The spread is only 3. ECU got a really young squad. I think they can be had early. Marshall -3. Marshall -3. Uh, let's go Washington State +6 against my Badgers. This game, I put the Badgers as my number one over under for the season at 8.5. But I don't think the Badgers travel well when they go to the West Coast. I don't know because they're from Wisconsin. They finally get to see the sun when they go out west. They're like, holy, what is this? What is this blinding me right now? That's the sun, Bucky. But Washington State is a solid team. And Pac-12 is clearly agitated with the way things are shaking out because they are giving it to everybody. I'm not saying Washington State wins this, but I am saying that they make the Badgers struggle. +6. Keeping on the revenge tour, Pac-12 revenge tour. Let's take Oregon -6.5 over Texas Tech. Yo, man, Oregon could be sneakily in the playoffs. They got a legit chance to win the Pac-12. Is them, USC, Utah, and Washington with UCLA just on the outside. Oregon's got a nice squad, dude. And when you have a nice squad and you playing with a chip on your shoulder, like Oregon is, I think they're going to get Texas Tech by 2 touchdowns. So the Pac-12 revenge tour is alive and well. And last but not least, our good friend Bobby Petrino will be creating some offensive schemes for Texas A&M. Last time they played Miami, it was like 17-9, no offense at all. That's not going to happen with Petrino. That is not going to happen with Bobby P, the motorcycle driver, the leave you in the middle of the night offensive coordinator for Jimbo Fisher. I think, I think, I think that Texas A&M wins this rather handedly. -4 is way too low. So let's go ahead, put that down, and let's go 4-0. And away we go. 4-0. All right. All right. I'm going to give you my NFL picks with my very special guest soon enough. I want to talk about this. I can't find anyone to talk about it. I tried to talk about it with Al Jackson, but we just ran out of time, dude. Sometimes time just get the best of you. And I'm going to be honest with you. My back is beyond fucked. Like I've had back issues before, but nothing that lasts more than a week. And I've had bad backs where, it start to get bad and start to get worse and worse and worse because I didn't deal with it. I've never had where I was fine 1 minute and then the next minute my back was like, no, you're not. You're not fine at all. You are immobile. It's time that you show me some respect and start doing some back stretches or something before you just hit the treadmill or whatever all willy-nilly. And my back ain't been the same since. I'm getting massages, chiropractor. What do you do for a bad back? Let a brother know. Is it stretching? Is it building muscle? Is it salt intake? Is that what it is? Whenever I look at my beard, I'm like, man, there's got to be something that's old people do with this beard, make me look fossilized. But anyway, my back has been wearing on me. So the good thing is I got to lay around and handicap some games. All right, but this is what's been bothering me. I'm beginning to think, and I know there's been some awful trades, but the Trey Lance trade for the San Francisco 49ers made, to me, might be the worst trade in the history of the NFL. And here's why. If they don't make that trade for Trey Lance and draft Trey Lance, they can make the trade for number 3. I'm all for that. But drafting Trey Lance, if you don't make that draft with him, you might be sitting on back-to-back Super Bowls. Back-to-back Super Bowls. And just follow along. This is how it's one missed throw that led to this awful trade. I don't know if you remember, seems like an eternity ago, that the Kansas City Chiefs and San Francisco 49ers were battling in the Super Bowl, and San Francisco was just down by 3-4 points. And Emmanuel Sanders broke wide open late in the fourth quarter. Garoppolo missed him. He missed him. And Garoppolo wasn't great that game. But if he would have hit that throw, I believe they would have been felt to invest in Garoppolo. The next year, they was all hurt. Garoppolo was hurt. Boze was hurt. Their whole team was battered. Just the Super Bowl blues. That's when they went and traded for Trey Lance. And they traded Trey Lance, and Trey Lance just sat on the bench. And all Jimmy Garoppolo did was lead them back to the NFC Championship, where they had the Rams on the ropes. Matter of fact, I believe they dropped the interception, didn't they? Didn't they do some that would have won the game, because Stafford still will always have Detroit Lions blood in him. And then the following year, which was last year, they're back in the NFC Championship with the third string quarterback who arm was almost tore off, and they generated no offense. But let's just say they don't trade Trey Lance. Let's say they draft who they should have drafted, Jamar Chase. What? You about to put Jamar Chase with Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle? You don't think he making a difference with Kyle Shanahan as coach? And they still could make that trade with Christian McCaffrey the following year and had Jamar Chase. You don't think that team's not going to the Super Bowl? I ain't saying they win it. What I am saying is, if you make a trade and a trade is a bust and it sets your bad franchise back to being bad, that's not an all-time worst trade to me. That's just you being bad at your job, which is why you drafted last and had the first round pick anyway. But if you a team that's built to win now, your squad is built to win now, and you don't draft to win now, but you draft for the future, and you're right there at the doorstep, and it don't pan out, come on, dog. Come on, man. That's an awful trade. That's an awful trade. All right. But whatever. San Francisco is still a favorite to go to the Super Bowl. I guess if they win one Super Bowl, it would make this null and void. But until they do, worst trade in the books. Here's the other thing I want to talk about. It's the last thing that everybody talking about. I just tell you what I know. Magic versus Steph Curry. You can look at my beard and just be like, oh, you an old head. It's not the case of being an old head. This is just about knowing shit, which is a curse of being an old head, I guess. Steph Curry is the one of 2 point guards. It's him and Magic for the debate. And Steph Curry is fantastic. But as a point guard, you being specific, right? Point guard. Just want to make sure I'm hearing this right. Point guard, not player. Because I believe the player could be a different debate. But point guard, come on, man. It's Magic. I'll tell you why. It's Magic over Steph Curry. Because Steph Curry is a specialist. Steph Curry cannot go out and lead a team to dominance with just anybody. Steph Curry needs specific kinds of players. Magic Johnson does not. Magic Johnson needs dudes that can hoop. That's it. Because that's the generation that they came up in. If you can hoop, we'll find a way. If you can't hoop, then we're fucked. But if you can hoop, dog, we about to run shit. Norm Nixon's game is different than Byron Scott's game. That was the other guards with Magic when they was winning championships. Jamal Wilkes is different than James Worthy. Kareem, AC Green, Kurt Rambis, different than Sam Perkins, Vlade Divac game. It didn't matter. Magic only care if you can hoop. And that is what a point guard does. A point guard puts his squad in their best positions to succeed. Hence the point of attack, point guard. Steph, though off the charts amazing, if I was a GM and I was stuck, in quotes, with Steph Curry, I'd be ecstatic. But Steph needs shooters. Steph's point of attack comes from creating space. The fact that anywhere on the court, he can shoot it and you guard him means that other players are going to get wide open looks. But those other players got to learn how to shoot. They got to shoot threes because he's all about spacing. That's just it, right? This is why Draymond Green is so important to their team, because Draymond Green is the de facto point guard. Steph might or might not lead him in assists. I don't even know, but it's really close because Draymond has to orchestrate those things, where Steph will get you looks, but he's getting looks because he's getting double teamed. He ain't driving and getting you to your spots. You got to find the spot that accommodates Steph, where Magic is like, yo, if you like the ball 10 feet away from the hoop, I'm going to get you the ball 10 feet away from the hoop, but you better make that basket. If you like to shoot the corner three, I'm going to make sure that you got an open look in the corner three. Where's your spot at, dog? I'll make sure you get it in your spot. That's Magic. Steph is, look, dog, I'm about to put this on them, and they're going to come and double team me. When you open, pass it to you. If that ain't my spot, if that ain't your spot, then we got to get you the fuck out of here and get someone whose spot that is. It's really just, it's all semantics. It's all semantics. Anyway, I had to get those two things off my chest. Magic, Steph, Magic all day. But if you want to talk about the player, then we can go into the player because, you know, I still lean Magic, but Steph could easily be a two guard, right? Steph could easily, you can make a case for Steph Curry being one of the top 5 shooting guards of all time. But also you have to remember that Magic, as a rookie in the NBA, jumped center against Dr. J and had the best game ever by a player in the NBA Finals. Make no mistake about it. You know I'm Jordan all day. But as a rookie, game 6 in the Spectrum against Dr. J, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is out, and you go out and put 42, 15, and 7? Come on, dog. What are we even talking about? Magic, all day point guard. But shout out to Steph, who's one of my favorite players of all time, and the player today that if I had to spend money on a ticket to watch, it'd be Steph Curry, because he has the biggest, best chance of doing something that I've never seen before in basketball. All right, enough of the shenanigans. It's time to bring in our special guest, my mama, who showed me the ways of a gambler at a young age. Put your hands together for my sweet, sweet mother. Joining me now is the coolest mother on the planet, my mother. Hello, dear mother. How are you?
I'm good, son. How are you this morning?
I'm good. Here's a question for you. Is your love of football started directly when you fell in love with Tony Dorsett?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That was back in the 70s. Well, a couple of things. We only had one television, and 1,000 men versus 3 women, 2 of which didn't care about Tony Dorsett or anyone else. But I was deeply in love with Tony Dorsett and the Dallas Cowboys. And because we only had one TV, that's all I had to look at was football or hockey or baseball or whatever sports you guys were in.
And then when we started running our neighborhood confidence pools, those you don't know, confidence pools is you pick the NFL games and you assign a point total, and
Right.
you routinely had the highest score and won. You had a better winning percentage than all of us.
I did. And I don't know if it was just gut or if I was just throwing caution to the wind. But I actually took our little neighborhood confidence pool to work, and I dominated there quite often.
All right,
So
I'm just trying to give my listeners a chance to validate your ability to pick a spread. I also, for those of you who don't know, the super famous Bob and Tom show, I also brought my mother on as a guest. They needed a mother who was good at picking football, so I was just like, oh, I got somebody, and then she came in and did well on that too. Our family has always been linked to gambling. I joke about it a lot on stage. Is it true that you taught me how to count with a deck of cards? Yes or no?
I did. So this is how you belong. This is how you started counting. You would count not one, ace, two, trade. No, you would say deuce, actually. Deuce, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, jack, queen, king. That's how you count it.
It is
And those
facts. What's that?
and those were real numbers to you.
Yeah,
Also, unfortunately, well, I shouldn't say unfortunately, because you brought me in a lot of money. I would take you to the racetrack with me.
I know. I always
And
bet at the five horse.
you always wanted to play number 5. And I would play number 5 because that's what you, that was the number that came out of your mouth. And it won quite a bit of money.
It was because I was 5.
Well, yes, that's true. Isn't it? I didn't want to say that. I didn't want people to know that I
I
took you to the racetrack at 5.
This is like a comic book origin story of how somebody got to be who they were. Like when you look back on their origin story, people get to see where my degenerate gambling comes from. Anyway, we are going to pick our top 5 picks to open up the season. So you are going to break it down and give me your number 5 pick, where we are going to make some people some money. I hope none of your picks are different, are not different than mine, because
You hope they're not.
I hope your picks are not different than, like, if I have one pick and you are going against me, because I feel good about this week, so I don't want you to have any conflicting picks. But if it is, it is. Who's your number 5 pick of the week?
Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Buffalo over the Jets. And
Buffalo
I've got,
-2.5 over the Jets.
I know. So, yes, I got them covering it. And I also believe that they'll make more than 46. The game will have more than 46 and a half points.
So those are 2 of your picks right there, like Buffalo and the over 46.
No, that was just one.
Oh, all right. Bonus, 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 bonus.
That was
My
just one.
my number 5 pick is going to be the Jags -5 over the Colts. I am fading the Colts. I believe in Jacksonville. I believe their coach is really good. Carson Wentz sabotaged them in Philadelphia. Trevor Lawrence is the real deal. I believe they're on the come up, and the Colts will have a rookie quarterback, and they will be flustered with no Jonathan Taylor or a running game. So Jacksonville will have all sorts of exotic packages. So let's go Jags -5.
You're going Jags -5.
Yep. Who's your number
So
4?
my number 4. So I was kind of iffy on this one, but I was thinking after the verbal spanking that Russell Wilson got from Sean Payton,
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead, step outside of my comfort zone, and go with the Broncos. I believe that they will cover the spread, but I don't, and my bonus, I don't think that it's going to be a high scoring game.
All right. So you believe the Broncos will cover against the Raiders and a three
Yes.
and a half? Okay.
Yes.
All right. I mean, I can see that. I was leaning toward that. I don't I think the Raiders head coach has been riding off of Bill Belichick's success for years. The Josh McDaniel, I believe. I don't even
Yes.
know his name, but like I don't believe him as a coach. So I do believe in Sean Payton as a coach. So
I love Sean Payton.
I'm with you. I'm with you, Mom. I'm with you. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go number 4. I'm gonna go Washington Commanders and Arizona Cardinals under 39. I just don't see how Arizona puts up points. The only way this game doesn't cover is if Arizona throws a couple of pick sixes and then it goes to the house. I don't see it's 30, it's showing 38 now. I got it in at 39, but I just don't see a lot of scoring with this game. The Cardinals haven't even announced their quarterback. Washington's got a new quarterback, and they said they want to slow play it and let their defense takes over. So I see uh I see maybe a 23 to 9, 23 to 10 game. So I think this is going to go under. So that's my number 4 play. Number 3.
So number 3, my number 3. I struggle with this one as well. You know, we got to bring the
You should be
Bears in, right?
struggling. You should be struggling the least as you get higher. Like the more this is supposed to be your
No, no,
more
no, no,
confident.
no. I got because I had to. So, well, my number 3 pick are the Bears. They're only a 1-point favorite,
Yeah.
but I believe that they will win by at least a field goal.
Okay. I mean, listen, I hope that is more true than anything you've ever said in your life. Because I, as a Bears fan, and with all the Wisconsin ties I got, I'm sick and
You've
tired of
got,
my Bears
yeah,
getting crushed by them. I'm not betting it because I just, it's just like being in an abusive relationship. You get hit so many times, and somebody's like,
right.
I'm not gonna hit you this time, but you still flinch. You're just like, oh, so I'm not touching that. And plus, like, I'm just so down Chicago. Here's a little sidebar for all my gamblers out there. Bet against the White Sox. They are the worst team in baseball right now. And I've been betting against them every game. Even the games that they win are flukish. Bet them to lose the series and everything. I'm not touching the Bears-Packers game. I hope my mother is correct, but I'm not touching week 1. I'm just going to watch that game very intensely. My number 3 pick is going to be the Browns plus 2.5 against Cincinnati. I think the Browns are going to be sneaky good this year. I think Deshaun Watson has something to prove. I believe before he had a massage malfunction, he was the second best quarterback in the NFL besides Patrick Mahomes. I believe that Nick Chubb is good. I believe that they got a solid defense. Amari Cooper, Elijah Moore. I think they're going to beat Cincinnati outright. But since I'm getting 2.5 and they're at home, I'm taking that Cleveland plus 2.5. Lock that. Number 3. All right. Who's your number 2?
Well, actually, that's where we differ.
Uh-oh.
Yep. I'm going with Cincinnati.
And here it is.
So this
The
is
beginning of the
I'm
descent
going with
of a
them.
mother-son
I think they're
relationship.
gonna win. I think they're gonna cover the spread. I have a lot of confidence in that QB. I'm going with Cincinnati.
All right. Well, it's gonna be hard when we're sitting there watching the games and I'm yelling in your face the whole time. But you're my mother, so I'm saying it out of love.
Respectfully.
Respectfully. I'm gonna go with you and number 2 and pick the Raiders Broncos under 44. I believe that Sean Payton is going to get a better production out of Russell Wilson, but good Lord, they were really bad last year. And
They really were.
they were really, really bad last year. So I believe that they will be better, but Denver's defense is solid. I
Yep.
don't believe Jimmy Garoppolo is the quarterback that's going to be
Nope.
airing it out. So they will be conservative. So I see this game just crawling under the under, like by a score, maybe
Yep.
21-17, 23-20. It's going to be a close game, but I think it's going to go under 44. So I'm with you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. Your number one pick, Mom. I
You
almost
ready?
swore. Don't mess this
I
up. I almost swore, but then I almost like didn't say it because you swear more
okay.
than me. So go ahead.
My number one pick, Baltimore. All the way, baby.
Ravens
That
-10 against Houston. I can see it. I can see it.
Baltimore all the way. I know Lamar Jackson got a lot to prove. I mean, what they put him through last season, I thought was just crazy, crazy, crazy. I mean, here you have someone who has shown what he can do, and now he's got some good support. Oh yeah,
I got you.
all
I got you. I got you. I got you. I don't hate that pick at all. I mean, it's in some ways it's the most chalk pick on the board. So I mean I like that. Week one. Sometimes you just gotta not overthink.
yeah,
Just sometimes you just gotta just pick. Just it's right there, right in front of you. So I like that
right
pick.
there.
My number one pick is going to be the Miami Dolphins and the Los Angeles Chargers over 51 points scored. I
Oh,
believe that Justin Herbert is a favorite for MVP. I believe that Tua Tagliova has speed all the way around, and the Chargers defense don't have enough to stop him. I think it's going to be this game's going to be in the 30s. So I believe both teams will get over 60 points total score. Yeah, I think it's going to be the weather.
wow.
It's going to be in Los Angeles, so the weather is going to be
Yeah.
absolutely perfect. So it's a later afternoon game, so it won't be too hot. I just think it's going to be a score fest. And so I think it's going to go way, 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 way over.
Well, that'll be the one if it does. But I'm not sure about that one. But hey, you know
My
what?
mother, my mother on my podcast, Boze Knows, is trying to fade me on not one but two picks. Let the record show. On my podcast, my guest, my mother is telling me Cincinnati beats Cleveland. If you go 5-0, I'll have you back on next week for sure.
Oh wow. Okay.
If you go 5-0, if you keep winning, as long as you keep having a better record than me, I'll keep bringing you on as my guest. I mean, because I want I want you to do well. I want my gambling people out there to win money. I want so if you're on fire, I'll just keep running you back. I got no problem with that.
Okay. Cool.
All right. Cool. So okay, that's my mother. She joined us. Thank you. Anything else? Any final words you'd like to say before you sign off?
Um. Actually, no. But hey, next week when I get back on the show,
Yeah.
I want to throw a little NCAA in there.
All right. I mean, I picked the college football too, so it's cool. I know you were trying to get on there and run some this week. I mean, if you
No,
have
no,
one,
no, no.
okay.
Let's no next week. Next week. We'll do
Done.
it next week.
Done. If you on, we will do college football and the NFL together. Promise.
All right. Okay, hon.
All right. Love you.
I love you more. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
That was my mom, everybody. Killing it. Who's got that? What kind of life do you live where you about to run some sports gambling thing and then you bring out your mother as the guest and she come in and drop some knowledge on y'all? Oh, great. Just fantastic. Hey, don't forget about Fade and the Chicago White Sox. They are on a historically bad, 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 bad run. Do not turn down free money. Um, Coming up, I'm about to be in Canada for 6 weeks. KevinBozeman.com. Give Boze Knows a write up, please. Other than that, I will see you guys next week. This podcast is available on my YouTube page, The Kevin Bozeman, where you can catch my semi-handsome mug and also have seen my mother's beautiful face. You guys have been great. Thanks for listening. Until next week, deuces. This has been a Ball Hog production. Bozeman Mutual, out.